So good evening, all of you. Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
So everyone hearing my voice? Yeah. Is it
Yes,
audible,
ma'am.
right? Yeah. So if it is
Yeah.
nothing,
So
yeah, nothing cracking, or else if you're not able to hear my voice, you can terribly inform me. Okay. And also I share my screen. Everyone is viewing my screen, right?
yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, will we have classes every Sunday?
Anyone told something? So is my
Do you
screen
have
visible,
classes
right?
on every Sunday, ma'am?
Sunday.
Do you have a class on every Sunday? Or
No, I'm not. Like, what classes you are asking?
this Super Dream Train classes, ma'am?
So I didn't know about it. Today is Monday, right? So like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
guys having today. Yeah. So I didn't know about it actually. So the information gathered from the management, how did you gather it?
Ma'am, we have gathered it was till Thursday, ma'am.
Yeah, Thursday. So it starts from today and ends on Thursday. Likewise, only I got it. I think so.
Yes, ma'am. 4
So
days.
Anish Reddy, have you got? Yeah, 4 days. Yeah. So starts from, so tomorrow it's from 6 to 9 and similarly like up to Thursday. Am I right, guys?
We are not sure of the
9 or
timing.
7 to
We know the dates.
Yeah, it just says 7 to 10.
Yeah, this is 7 to 10. Yeah, Anish Reddy, this is 7 to 10 and tomorrow starts from 6 to 9, I think so. Yeah, tomorrow is 6 to 9 and similarly like Wednesday and Thursday also. So other guys got this information correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So Anish, you just check your mail once. Check the information or else ask our colleagues about that timings and all. Okay.
Ma'am, we didn't receive any timings.
Timings. Then how Harsh Kaushik and Hemant they are telling correctly?
It's on mail actually. They might ask from the faculties or something.
Yeah. So just gather the information. So just ask your colleagues and gather the information correctly. And I will ask my management to inform the timing and all. Okay. I will inform to my management also. So shall we start now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So today the topic is the data structures. So you guys, you're from CSE, am I right? Or from CSE?
No, ma'am. EC next.
Some of us are from EC.
Okay, so no problem. Okay. So the data structures. So you guys know what is data structures? So just tell me single word definition. What is data structures?
Structure that stores data.
Stores data. That's correct. Okay. And you guys need to interact with me because it's a 3 hours of session. So don't get to be bored and also you need to interact. So whatever it may be, right or wrong, you need to interact with me. Okay. And then only you can finally understand what is going on. Okay. So someone said it is the storage of data. So likewise, similarly, good. So who told that answer? So it's absolutely correct. So the way of storing and organizing the data into the computer. So as we take a real-time example, so everything we are storing as a data. So every information like us, we are taking that Aadhaar card or PAN card, or is that information of your information into the college, or else to the management, or else to the government. So everything can be considered as a data. So what is the way of storing and organizing the data, in the sense where the data to be stored, the particular location, and organizing in the sense that maintaining the data efficiently, that is to be secured and ordered way, and it is not to be collapsed, or it is not to be mismatched with some others. So that is the way of ordering and storing and organizing the data into the computer, not only into the computer or into the server, or is into the large amount of data networks. So likewise, so that is the data structures. So the real world example also I told, so that is storing of data in the Aadhaar itself. So that way of storing the large amount of data, so large in the sense we can't count the data, so the n number of data to be stored in certain server, so that is to be set to as data structures. So the efficient data structures, that is having designed algorithms. So why we are proceeding this algorithm, in the sense likewise we are storing large number of data, so we are storing n number of data, right? So we need to proceed, so we need to follow the efficient algorithm to store the data efficiently. So we need to keep on mind, so there are two types of data structure is there. Okay, so that is linear, and another one is said to be hierarchical, or that is said to be also non-linear. So this hierarchical is also said to be non-linear. So linear in the sense, so we can store the data in an ordered way. So ordered in the sense in a sequential manner. So like us from ascending to descending. So like it will be in an order. So it is said to be linear data structure. So what is the hierarchical then? So hierarchical in the sense it is in a non-linear way. So this data is to be stored in a random manner. Random in the sense we can arrange anywhere. So we can arrange any hierarchy from top to bottom, or bottom to top, from middleware to top, or top to middleware. So likewise we can order any way. That is said to be hierarchical, and linear is said to be in an ordered way. So that is the formal definition of data structure. And when you guys asked what is the types of data structure in any interviews, you need to tell these types. So most of the students telling arrays, linked list, trees, graphs. So likewise they are telling, so need to tell this answer first, that is linear data structure, and another one is hierarchical or non-linear data structure. So inside this only the subtypes of arrays, list, linked list, and graphs, trees, and so on coming. Okay, so need to keep on mind what and what are the types like they are asking. So types is said to be linear and non-linear first. So this is the main thing need to understand. So is it clear? The definition is clear? Because I need to go process by process, and no need to go that just end up you need to go process by process. The definition is clear for you all 60 students. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So if you're not clearing or not gathering, because it is an online class, so maybe the network problem is there. So if you're not gathering some information, please ask me. I'm happy to inform you again and again. Okay. And this is what linear and non-linear. So we will see what are the subtypes of linear data structure. So linear data structure consists of 3 types. So this is what the subtype. So most of the students telling the subtypes as a type. So these are the subtypes of linear data structure. So as I said, linear data structure is to store the data in a sequential way. Sequential in the sense order by order. So that is the first element and the next element and the next element. So that is to be in a one by one order, and that will be processed by several algorithms. So there is an algorithm and step-by-step process to add or remove an element. So that is FIFO. You heard about FIFO, LIFO, that is first in, first out, last in, first out. So likewise. So there is that for those algorithms to be gathered in linear data structures, so that is to be followed in sequential way. So it has the only first element and to the next element, so that is to be in a sequential order. So then it has only the last element and has only the previous element. So last element has only one previous element, so that is said to be also sequential. So this order by order is said to be the non-linear data. So it consists of 3 types. Mind it, linear data structure consists of 3 types only, that is list, stack, and Q. So list, we can call it as linked list. So list and linked list will be same. So you can define linear data structure consists of 3 types, that is list, stack, and queue. Then what about non-linear then? So non-linear, inside non-linear only the trees, graphs, and cycles, everything will become up. So the unorganized way of data to there. So a tree in the sense that no structure for the tree, no structure for the graph, so no structure for the cycle. So that is said to be non-linear. So linear in the sense there will be the arrangement, sequential arrangement. So that is 3 types, that is list, stack, and queue. We will see list today. So what is list and how the implementation of list to be going on, we are going to see in today's class, and stack and queue will be in the next class. Okay, so up to this clear? Yeah,
Yes,
up to this thank you. And up to this I just started what is data structure, types of data structure, and inside linear data structure some 3 types is there. Today we are going to see linked list alone. Okay, and what is linked list? So what is list? You guys tell what is list in a single word, so you can understand the list definition in your home itself. What is list? So normal meaning of list, not a technical definition, normal meaning of list.
Unsized collection of data, ma'am.
Elements or data, so that is right. Yeah, so in list how you can add the list? So if you are writing in your I'm telling the example. So in your home itself your mom told to write some items from grocery or something. So she's told to some write to write the items in a list way. So how will you start? You start from the head, right? So and again you start and next step and then write another grocery item. So and then you add the item 3 and item 4, and likewise only you will write a list, right? So from top to head to and to the bottom, that is to the end of the grocery item. So that is item 1 to n. You can order the items sequentially. Okay, so that is the one main real-time example for list. Okay, you just take that example. So list is also the linear, we can call it as a linear data structure with a collection of multiple nodes. Multiple in the sense we can add n number of items, that is said to be nodes. So here in technical way, so the every data to be stored as nodes, that is n nodes, multiple nodes. So each node stores its own data and a pointer of the next node. So if I'm having the list, so every node is stored. So every node in the sense there will be the space node. So in that node I'm storing on data. So this data points to the next node. The pointer is to pointing the next node. I will see you the example, like the real-time example we set this train. So it will be connected with the compartment 1 to n. So each compartment is connected with some connectivity part that centrally you can see. So some connectivity is there. So that is said to be the node. Okay, so that is said to be the pointer. So each compartment is connected to another compartment via this node. So this is what it stores the data. The compartment data is connected with another data. So we are the nodes. We can see. Source we can
Ma'am, your voice is breaking a lot.
So you guys understand what is linked list? Linked list is it's a collection of multiple nodes. So each node stores own data and the pointer to the next node, the pointer in the sense. So every node is connected with the pointer. So last node that contains the data value. So that is the in that compartment itself. So the last compartment is said to be empty. So likewise to in the train itself, you can see the last compartment is to be empty or else some engine to be fixed. So it contains the own data and it is to be null. So null pointer is indicated at the end of the list. So when we are representing the null as a pointer at end of the list is to be ended. So that is why it is to be represented as null. So the starting, anyone called me?
Ma'am, it was breaking actually voice.
Yes.
Voice is
Yes,
Not
ma'am.
clear.
Some nice from your surroundings too.
Yeah, wait. Okay, I will just find network connection. Thank you for your information. And is it fine now or else is it like this only?
It's fine.
It's fine now.
Yeah, network problem is there. Yeah, so now you can hear me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you understand the definition of linked list or a list. So it starts from head and ends with null. So that is the end pointer. We can represent it as null node. And so it have multiple nodes. It is the main definition. And one more thing, list allows duplicate values also. So it is not mentioned in the slide, and list allows duplicate values. Duplicate values in the sense the values to be repeated. So if I'm inserting data 1, so again 1 to be inserted into that same list. So that's why it allows duplicate elements, duplicate data. So that is said to be duplicate data. Okay. So here is the example. So that is every compartment is connected to each other. That is note. The first compartment is connected with engine. So that is what you can set it as head. And last compartment is null. So that is the end of the list, the end point of the list. So the end pointer doesn't indicate, thus indicates this own element or own data. Okay. So up to this clear. So linked list, the definition of linked list, have you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, up to this, you just clear that. If you're having any confusions over there, what is list, queue, and you can ask me, because and we are going to another subtypes of linked list. So in linear data structure, the 3 types of linear data structure is there. That is list, stack, and queue. Inside list, the 3 types is there. That is single linked list, double linked list, and circular linked list. So gather these things, don't confuse over there. So inside list, there will be 3 types, that is single linked list, double linked list, and circular linked list. Okay, you guys know. So single linked list, listen, in the name itself, it travels in a unidirectional. So that is, we can add the elements in only one direction. So that is said to be single linked list. So I am adding the data 1, and can I add the data in the next of that list only? So that is in a unidirectional, only one directional. Okay, so double in the sense it travels in both direction, that is in the front end and also in the back. So in that I am representing the one compartment. So in the compartment 2 doors will be there. So you can take as a train as the example. So in one compartment 2 doors is there. So in those way we can get our seat. So that is what we can take, we can add the element in that both of the direction. That is what double linked is. So circular linked in the sense it travels in circular direction. So if you are taking as a compartment, there will be many ways, like in the 2 ways will be there, and in the back side also 2 ways will be there. So that is to be taken as circular linked list. So there are 3 types of linked list, that is single, double, and circular. Up to this clear? Up to those, any doubts?
Ma'am.
Yes.
I mean, doubly linked list, as it's bi-directional, so will it be FIFO or LIFO?
So I will show you the example. Okay. So it stores what the list follows. Can you tell me? So I didn't told that thing also. You guys know. So list follows. Sorry. Only stack and queue follows LIFO and FIFO for model. You know that?
So list doesn't follow FIFO.
Yes. So
Okay.
stack. So yeah. So Q is the first in first out, and whereas stack is that LIFO. Okay. So list doesn't follows anything. So that's why it didn't mentioned here. Or you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So that is why we defined as. Yeah, so that is why it is to be defined in unidirectional and bidirectional and circular directional. So where it is in a bidirectional, so it will be in LIFO and FIFO. So there is no specific structure for stack and queue. So like stack and queue, there is no specific order like LIFO and FIFO. So that is for double link list. Here the double link list only the thing. So it follows LIFO and also in FIFO. That takes LIFO, that is last in first out, and also follows in first in last out also. Okay, so that is the this double linked list only follows the two directions. Okay, whereas Q is the FIFO, it follows first in first out, and whereas stack follows LIFO. And so don't confuse over there. Okay. Don't confuse, list doesn't follows any principle like double linked list is only the thing, so it stores the element in both order, that is last in and first in, and whereas stack is the only one that follows LIFO principle and Q is based on FIFO principle. Okay, clear? Are you clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that is why it is to be differentiated as single linked list, double linked list, and circular linked list. So we can add the elements. So this is the structure. So it contains the data part. So that is the head and the end will be null. So this is the part where we can add single linked list element 0, and then in the part this is said to be the one compartment. So that is it is to be connected via the nodes. So next node is the address part. So whereas will be the pointers, so this will be the pointers, so it will be stored as like next to next, so that is to be 5 1 and 8 2 and 4 and 3, so that is to be added next to next, so whereas it is the pointer. And double linked list, so it contains previous node addresses and data and the next node addresses, or like, so this is the previous node address, it is said to be null, and it can add in a two way, so likewise here also it can add and here also it can add, so it can add the nodes in two ways, so null and it is to be the pointer for the next node, and here it is the pointer for next node. Okay, so this is circular.
No, muted, man. Can't hear anything.
So this is the data part this is the simple structure for single, double, and circular linked list. So up to this cleared. So next we will move on to the programming session. So up to this clear, guys.
Ma'am, can you explain circular once more time?
Yeah. Sure. So circular linked list, it works on rotational order. So rotational order in the sense, so we can can add the data in a rotational way. So likewise, if I'm storing taking the list, so we can insert the element and insert the data in the middle of the list itself. So I'm taking the item 1, item 2, and item 3. So if I'm using the data in item 2.1, in the sense I can add the element in that part itself. So whereas I can add 24 in the stage of 16. So I need to add that in the place of 16 as a 24. So I can add there. So or else this is the pointer to the next data. So one is the pointer. So whereas I need to remove the element 1 and I can add the data instead of 1. So one is
Voice is breaking a lot now.
so 1, 2, 3. It's breaking.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking, ma'am.
Yeah, wait a minute. I will go outside then. Wait. I think now it is totally clear. I think so. Is it clear now? Yeah. Okay. So you guys actually circular linker list. So in that circular linker list, it works on a rotational order. So like if you need to add that item 4 instead of item 3, in the sense it works on it. So like the representation of 1, 2, 3, or the next node addresses, these are not the elements. So 16 and then 1 and then 2 and then 3 and again zeros there now. So 0 is represented as the head node address. So this is the address of the node. So you can add the elements in a rotational path. So instead of 1, I need to add 24 as a element. So I can take this address and I can add the elements directly. So I need to add after 30th, or else I need to add after another list. I need to create. No need. There is options there, not there. So I can or there in there directly addresses itself. So I can take this one element of the address and I can add there. So this is the one way of representing circular linked list. I think my voice is clear. I think so right now. Is it clear, right? So like whereas real time example, I can tell it as you can take games, so game sessions. So the pointer moving on to the next player, like any multiplayer games you can take.
Your voice is not clear at all. Man.
Yes, ma'am, it's a bit hard to understand.
Yes, I will check.
Lot of breaking in.
Is it audible now? Is it audible? Okay, so for circular linker list, we can take an example of multiplayer games. So that is n number of players can play. So likewise the cards, and also we can take that ordered way. So we can't take the game in an ordered way. So that is we can play the game in random wise. So that is 1 and 2 and 3. Likewise, that is an order. So likewise, we can play the game in 1, 3, and 2. So that is that random player. So that is the random player game. So uses the circular linker list combination. There is algorithm more. So that is the main example for circular linker list. So like this, we can play the games in any way. So this is one of the real-time example. So as you can store the data in a random manner. So that is that main thing here. So that is what the circular linker list shows. So why we are using the advantage of using this in the sense any node can be the starting point. So where we can add this 16 as a starting point or is 12 as a starting point and 10 as a starting point. So where we can take any node as a starting point in a circular linker list. So that is to be in a rotational order. So we can't take the addresses specifically for the circular linker list. So that is the use of it. So that is what it is most in games. So most of the students you are playing PUBGs. Am I right? I think so. So it follows this circular linker. So it is not in an order way. It is a multiplayer game, and it doesn't have any order. So it will take. So maybe comes it takes. We can take and play. So that is it works on circular linked list also. So that is the main use of it.
Ma'am?
Like the personal computers. So your PCs. While we are playing, right? So sorry guys, sorry for the inconvenience. So my network is true dropped here. So today only it's like this. Sorry for the inconvenience. Is it audible now?
You're not sharing your screen, ma'am.
Yeah, I will share it. Yeah, is it visible? Is it visible right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. So that is the use of circular linked list. So it will be stored in a rotational order. So we can take the pointers also. See here we can't add the pointers. So we can take the pointers and we can add the elements. So the main example is like multiplayer games, and the personal computers also follows the circular linked list. So where we can add and arrange the elements, and we can't take in a sequential manner. So we can take the elements in a random way. The PC is also one of the most example for the circular linked list. It follows this rule only. Okay, whereas double linked list, so as we can say bidirectional. Anyone can tell me what is the main real-time example for double linked list? As I said, circular linked list is for multiplayer games, and double linked list, anyone? Just try. Just try, anyone.
Catalog of books, maybe.
Catalog of books, catalogs. So like it does only have the front and back navigations. Like you need to take it as a front end, and or always you need to take it as a back end. So only two ways to take it up. So likewise you can tell. And in the player game itself, the likewise if you're having game itself, it will be having. So only you can move forward and or else move backward. So likewise we are having some games. So there is next button or previous button. So that follows double linked list. And card games also will be in a deck of cards. So that this follows double linked list. And so cache and the browser cache. So likewise, if you see the real-time example, like so that is this cache follows the storage of tab. So that is to be followed in double linked list. And single linked list, anything? And double linked list main example we can see music player, that is forward and backward. So that is the main example. Can you tell me real time example for single linked list?
Represent a queue.
Representing queue? No, I'm asking a real time example. Like or queue is one of it will be in a queue. Like queue itself we can take it. I need where we are using real time only you can tell that time that like
Bookshelf.
Games like Temple Run or Subway Surfer where you only go forward.
yeah, that's like that's the main thing. So that follows synchronized so that we can go forward and to the next direction only we can take it. Good try. So in that way we can use the single and double and circle linked list. And we're going to move on to the program, how we can structure or represent or implement a program using single, double and circular linked list. So first of all, I'm going to just explain the single linked list explanation, how to declare the data and how to add the nodes in a step-by-step manner. And double and circular linked list and all you need to tell. And so other programs is there, and for that and all, so the three set of programs is there. So for that I'm going to write a program on my own. Okay, need to help. So just listen carefully. So up to this fine right. So the definitions, how many types of data structure and how many types of linear data structure and how many types of linked list data structure. Up to that clear?
Okay.
Any doubts up to this? Because if you're having any doubts, you can ask me. All 60 of them is there. All 60 are clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. And move on to the program. So what is the use of java.util? So if you're a CS students, you can definitely know it. What is the use of import java.util?
So it imports library.
Yeah, so why we are using the packages and all? So first of all, need to know why we are using this import and hash studio and in C++ program. So like if you're a EC student, you definitely know the C++ program. So that is what is the use of hash. That is the packages where we are using in every program. So that includes every library functions and all packages. So this the one step that includes all packages from the Java program. So that is, it may be a list or it may be the data structure, it may be some other applications, it may be the real-time application, it may be the JSON format. So everything will be taken upon to this packages. So that's why, so for every program we don't need to write several packages separately. So that is the use of importing this header files. Okay, just clearly understand. So this is also one of the main interview question. So while we are using this packages. Okay, so I'm just declaring the package. For this is the single linked list. So before we are going to the program, so this is the implementation of single linked list. Single linked list in the sense we can add the elements in a forward direction. That is the next to next direction only. We can't add the elements in bidirectional or random wise. So for this, so this is what the red marked is the structure of nodes. It can't be changed for any list or any stack or queue. So it will be the default one. Okay, so this is the structure of the node. So it will be the default one. The red color mark is there, na? So it will be the default. So I'm creating the class. So class is the main thing for Java program. So where the class name starts with uppercase. So that is single linked list. It starts with uppercase. It is to be default. You guys know, I think so. So it is to be the default. So that it starts with class name single linked list. So I'm going to create a structure of node. So that is node head. So every list starts with head. So I'm initializing head node as null. So that is the head of the list. So I'm declaring as null node. So because I didn't added any data, so that is why I declared as null. So what is the use of static keyword? Anyone know what is the use of static keyword?
Ma'am, no need of creation of the object, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So where we are starting, so I'm this inner class. So I'm inside this class. So I'm creating the another static class. That is inner class is made with static. So inside this, I'm creating the initializing the data, and the next as a pointer. So that is node. So representing the next node. So that is to be defined as next. So you can define any keyword. So here it is defined as data, and next node is next. So I'm initializing node value as in what is node int d. Can anyone know? So if you know the Java basics, you can definitely know what is node int of d. Constructor. Yeah, so good answer. So this is what the constructor. So I'm defining this constructor. So why I'm creating the constructor, that is to be defined the data as d and next value as null. So why I'm representing next as null here?
Default constructor.
Yeah, so to define the constructor, so if I am representing the next value as null, so that is what we can add the elements to the next to the data. So that there may be, so this it must be the last element. So where we can add the data one by one in a single linked list. So that is what it's said to be null. So this is what the structure of the node where we created first. So you guys understand how we create the structure of node. So inside class, I'm creating the head node. And the head node to be assigned as null. So I am creating the static class, that is the main class. So that is inner class to be made as static. So inside that I am creating data and the node called some keyword called next. So inside I'm creating the constructor. So constructor and declaring the data as d and next node is null. That's it. So this is the main function. So this is what the main function. So we can see it at last. Okay. So this inside main function, I'm just adding some elements. So where you are declaring this, so this represent this output will comes. That is head element, and head elements to be declared as null. So you can see the element. This is the output, and we can call it as, so the representation of arrow mark is there now. So every arrow mark will be having this output. So you can clearly note it down. So this node head is equal to null to be declared here, and we will see the void main function at last. Okay, and what is that another implementation? Okay, so I'm creating the main function. Why we are creating the main function? So the main method is the most important thing to print the values. Sorry.
The execution of the program takes place in the main method.
Yeah, so inside main method only we need to drive the code. So that is the use of main method. So starts with empty list. So that is what I have created single linked list of. So what is the use of single linked list and new single linked list? What is the use of this?
Object creation.
Object creation. Why we are creating the object for that? And before object creation, you need to must note it down. For the class name only, we are creating an object. So why we are creating the object creation for the class name specifically?
To get access to that particular class.
It will be gives access. Any others?
To store data in the object.
Yeah, so mostly for memory allocation. So memory allocation is also the main thing here. So we need to allocate a memory. So using this class name, so that is object to be called as list and new link singly linked list. So there is the class name and the object and new linked list. It's mainly for object memory allocation. Starts with empty list. So it starts with, that is off in the sense it starts with empty list. So list is my object. So that is list is equal to insert in the sense add. So whereas a list takes insert and delete as a keyword to add an element into the data. Whereas stack and queue represent some other keywords. We can't confuse over there today. We will see in the next class. Okay. So whereas list takes insert and delete. Normally this is a keyword for inserting the element and deleting the element. Okay, keep in mind. And whereas stack and queue follows other keywords. So stack follows push pop and queue follows enqueue and dequeue. So don't confuse. This is also main thing. So list having insert and delete keyword. So stack, push and pop, and in queue for queue we are having enqueue and dequeue. Okay, clear? So for list I'm taking insert as the element. So that is, sorry, so insert, that is list is my object. So whereas inside the list I'm going to add 10. So what the output will come? So what will be the output? So I'm the arrow mark representing here, what will be the output? Only 10? Only the first element is 10? No, so the I'm also represented head is null. So it starts with head and the 10 is the first element. Okay, this is what the output. So next element will be the 10. Okay, so here I am representing another public static single linked list. So what is this keyword maintains? What is the use of this static function? Can anyone? Can anyone?
Because we are using the same name but in different sense.
So where I have added, so I have initiated the head node is null and started inserting the element 10. So how it is to be added? There is no functionality over there for adding the data. So how it to be added is definitely it can't add it to the stack. So I need to write a rule step there. So that is what I have created the method to insert a new node. So this is what the method to add the data. So this is the method to insert a new node. So that is 10 to be inserted using using this method only. So without this method, this program can't run. Okay, so this is the public static single linked list insert, that is of single list comma list, and int data is that method to insert a new node. So for creating new node, so I've just initialized head as null. So another will be the empty. So only head value is there. So apart from this, other values will be empty. So for this, I'm creating the new node again. So that is what creating the new node with another data. So that is node, new node is equal to new node of data. So that is I'm creating another object there. And new node of next is equal to null. So I'm initializing that head is equal to null. So node dot head is equal to null. Same as like I'm initializing the another node is null. Then only takes the data, that is inserts this 10 into this field. So this is what the output represented. So this is the method to add the data next of the head node. Okay. So if the linked list is empty, so how it adds? So this is the method to add the data, and how it checks if it is empty. Maybe it may be the 10 is there, or else any element is there, or else 20 is there, or else the stack may be full. So how it sorry, list may be full. How it checks? So I need to write a condition. So that is what if else. So if the linked list is empty, so that is if list dot head is equal to null, so then it makes the new node as head. Okay, so if the list is empty, so that is that head element. If the list is empty only, it makes the new node as head. Else it checks the next condition. So or else I'm adding 20 here. So head is the first element and 10 is the second element, and then it adds the 20. So this is what the condition to be checked over there line by line. So it will be in the next line, next line. So it just simply represent what is this main function and what is represent. This two arrow marks. Why we are representing this? Okay, this static method is used for inserting the new node. So that is what we represented public static class name, that is insert here mentioned that name insert. So that is for inserting the new node, and it is what creating the new node with the given data. The first element to be added, that is what 10. So where the display takes the inside main function. So the insert where it is to be called, it calls this method, and where I am this display dot list where I have mentioned this one. So where display method is there. So public static void display, it goes to this functionality. So it displays the node. What are the nodes will be there? So it displays. So up to this 10 will be added. So it displays the element where it is to be added. That is the display method calls to this node. So that is node. What is the current? So CURR means current node. So this is void display to this method is for printing the list. So while calling this display, so it prints the elements where we have added into the list. So that is node. It checks the element, the current node dot list dot head. So starts with head, and simply the linked list elements are. I'm just printing out the word, and where it checks it traversing through the linked list, where while current node is not equal to null, in the sense it travels through the linked list and print out the data at the current node then. Okay, while it checks the element and the current node, if it is not equal to null, in the sense it prints the data over the current node and go to the next node, that is current node is equal to current node dot next. So this function is for displaying the element, and this left side function is for inserting the element. So this is what the full program. So this and this, the combination of this first slide, that is implementation of single linked list and the structure of the node and the main function, and this inserting the data, this method, and displaying the data. So with this 4 blocks is the combination of one program. Okay, without this, so we are writing this program, simply it can't display the element. So it to be error, it's said to be error. So where is the insert method? Where is the display method? We can't represent it. So we need this methods also to check the element. Up to this clear why we are writing this. So I will explain this if else conditions and all. So I have just mentioned why we are using this static linked list insert and static void display. Up to this clear? To this clear, any doubts?
What is the meaning of the last line? Current node is equal to current node dot next.
So why it checks why we are going to display. So the current node, in the sense we have written in the display. So it used to check the print the data in the current node. So current node data, in the sense where it is maybe the 10 or it may be the 20 element, or maybe it may be the 20 or 30th element will be there. Now what are the elements that we have represented in the list? So it checks but where it is not to be not in the null stage. If it is in the null stage, means the element can't to be displayed. So it checks while current node not is equal to null. So prints the data at the current node. So that is what current node, the system dot out not println, it prints the current node data, and where the current node dot next goes to the next node. So what is the next node, in the sense 10, and what is the next node? 20, and I'm going to add 30, and I'm going to add 40. So that represents the next node of 10. So the current node is 10, and it takes the next node up to the null node. Okay, where the current node is said to be equal to null up to this, this condition checks. Okay, whereas it is not equal to null, so it goes to the next node. Understood? So this is the use of current node dot next. So it checks this condition, while condition. Up to this null condition arise. So why it checks the null condition? So null is the one, it is that last element of the list. Clear? So null is the one, it is the last element of the list. So up to this null element arise, it checks the next node, that is to be the current node. So what is the next node of the 10, and what is the next node of 20, and what is the next node of 30? So if it arises the null condition, it doesn't check that next element. Simply it prints that current node of the data alone. Clear? So those who asked, Harshit Sharma, yeah. So that is the use of. So it checks this condition, this while condition. Okay. So up to this, also we will see what is the next line declares. So I'm inserting another data. So after inserting 10, so I'm inserting another data, that is 20. So the list dot insert of 20 I just initialized in main program. So whereas what it does, so same as like it checks the element. So where the next data is the linked list is empty or else make new node as head, likewise it checks. So same lines only. So there is not another program. So same program. So I'm just initializing the line by line program. So same program, just explaining the line by line thing. So display is over. So fully explained what is void display. It checks using while condition up to the condition becomes null. Okay. So now we are going to see what is the if condition and else condition does. So if the linked list is empty, so if this link dot head is equal to empty, then make a new node as head. So and then it makes the new node and head. So that is what list dot head is equal to new node. So else it travels till the last node and inserts the new node there. So if the if condition false, it is not to be true, and it goes with the else condition. So that is insert the new node into there and to the last element. So that is if I am representing the null element there, it doesn't add. So that is what the if condition and else condition checks. It doesn't add the element after the null values. So that's the data ends. Okay, that is the use of, that is what the use of if and else condition, that checks the it checks the linked list is empty first. So you know, to understand the 4 steps is there. So checks the linked list is empty, then make a new node as head, and then else if it is true or false, it checks if it is true or false, and it travels to the last node and inserts the new node to there. So that is what we have. Last dot next is equal to new node of here we have initialized. So that is what insert the new node at the last node. So that is last node dot next, that new node. So last node in the sense, so last element is there. There is no null node, so we can add the element the last node dot. So that is the part of single linked list. So we can add the element in the end of the session. So we can add the element in the last and first. So it follows like this. That is in the last element we can order it sequentially. So that is what the if else condition. So clear with this if else condition, what it does? Anyone? If you having doubts, you can ask me. Only 4 parts of program is there. So 4 parts in the sense, first I need to structure the data structure of the node and the main function at last. So and for inserting the data, creating the method for inserting the data and creating the method for displaying the data. So these are the 2 things I have added. So for inside inserting the data, I'm just creating the new node and I'm checking if the head, new node is null or not. So if it is null, I can't add the data. So only and it takes as the last element. So I can't add the data. So that is what I'm checking the if else condition over there. So while displaying, I'm also checking the same current node is null or not. If it is current node is not equal to 1 null in the sense, it takes to the current node and displays the data. And it erases null, it can't takes it, it doesn't point us to the next element. It stops there. So that is the use of that. We're representing the methods of linked list, insert and void display. Clear? Any doubts regarding this program? So I'm going to implement a program in IDE. So whereas you need to help. Clear? So this what explained line by line. Clear with this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Only this person Harshit only answering. What about others? Yeah, and same as like a double linked list and circular linked list is there. Oh, see, wait, I will check how the element to be added. Okay, if you understand this methods where it to be used, it is fine. Then I will tell you how the elements should be added line by line. Okay, so this is the first line. So where I have initialized head node is null. So this is the first one where I have initialized head node is null, and whether this is the second thing, same as like written in the program. And this is that inserting the data. So what is the first element I'm inserting? So where is 10? So it checks this method. So new node of data. So this is the 10 is the new node. So that is simply adds. So it checks to insert the data, and it simply adds the 10 into the list. So this is what the element of 10 added to the list. And next, it checks the new node, that is new node of data, and new node not equal to null. So that is 10 not equal to null. So there is no null value there, and it checks the if else condition, and then it adds the 20 as the element. Okay, so if so it points us to the next element, so that is 0. So and if it is not null, so then the element then it is the 20 is added into the list. So that is it again it goes to the insert method, that is insert main function, and it takes the element 20 and it is added. So likewise it checks the if else condition again, and next also it checks the new node is not equal to next, and it checks the if else condition, the list dot head and is equal to new node, and next element it points to the next that is 30, and the pointer is moved to the third position. Okay, this is what. So this is what last element it checks the last dot next is equal to new node, so and returns this list. Return list in the sense where is the list to be arrayed. So 20 and where is to be the 30 will be in the next element. So where I have added 30 and 40, insert a list of 40, and I have added this element using this insert data, where it checks the condition in a loop wise. So it's again goes in the main function, from the main function goes to this method, and one by one it checks the condition, and again it goes to this method, one by one it checks the condition, and at last I'm displaying the list. So display dot list of in the sense, so it displays using this checking the while condition, that this current node is not is equal to null until the condition arrays the current node to be the null. So it checks the condition and the data to be displayed in a, as output. Going to the first slide again. Okay, so this will be the final output. So that is what 0 is the head. So I've just added 10 as the first element that points to the 1, and 20 is the second elements that points to the second place, and 33 and 40. So it will be placed as null. So there will be 4 elements. How many elements in a linked list? So you can check the elements there. So I will say type the program there. So you can see my Eclipse IDE, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So here I will write a program. So that is to check the elements in a tree. So like I will show you in a PPT for the first program. Then only you didn't get bored. Okay, I will write a program. How many elements that count the number of nodes in a. So this is the program I am going to write. So write a program to count the number of nodes in a single linked list. So inside the single linked list, I am going to count the number of nodes totally. So that is the program I'm going to write here. Okay, so you just tell first structure of the node and the main method and display things and all. So here I need to count the total number of nodes also, that is maximum or minimum number. So here I'm going to count the total number of nodes only. So minimum and maximum number we'll see in the next class. Sorry, next program. So for that I'm going to create a class. This new. I'm representing the class name as GFG. So my class name is GFG. Okay. first I need to create a structure of the node, right? So inside structure, what are the things I need to create? So this is my class. So this is my class name. So inside, anyone tell me how to create a structure of the node? So we have seen the single linked list. How to create the structure of the node?
The red block.
Sorry.
Like the part you mentioned which was highlighted with a red line.
Yeah, so that is what you need to tell. So that is what that red line I know. So that is what. So this is red line. What you need to tell. What is what? What you can easily understand that concept. So for that I need to create a static. So you can create the class. So static class, you can create static class or else class. So I'm creating class node. So inside that I'm declaring int data and node next to, so this is what next to the pointer. So this is what the structure of I'm just initializing data and the node that is next. So I'm creating the constructor. How to create a constructor? Anyone? How to create a constructor? Anyone tell me?
Node int the variable.
Yeah, int of data. So node int of data. I'm just declaring data is equal to null and next is equal to null, data is equal to d or data, so we can take it similarly. So the data to be what we are going to add, so that is to be taken, and the next node will be taken as null. So that is node int of data. Okay, I'm closing this condition. Okay, we'll check it clarified lastly. Okay, next what I need to do?
Ma'am, in the node constructor, I think it will be this dot data equals to data.
Yeah. So we need to represent. Why I'm creating this? Anyone? So like you don't tell anyone why I need to represent this dot data. Anyone answer me? Someone is chattered. Some, excuse me, Abhijit Warrior is there.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so what happened? You just chatted
Ma'am, like there is like rain and lightning and all here. So the current keeps going. So like whenever the current goes, the internet keeps getting disconnected. Because like the generator line and the main electric line is different. So I have to keep turning it on and off and off. So I keep getting disconnected in the call.
Okay, so you're able to up to this, you can able to listen it, right?
Yes, ma'am. Like whenever the current like doesn't go right, I can listen. But when it goes, I keep getting disconnected for like 2 minutes. It happened like five times or something till now.
Okay, but at the end of the session only we will give you the attendance. But this we taken by the management. I didn't know about it. Okay, up to this, it just here itself. We hear itself. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. If it is anything else, so you just convey the thing to who arranged this class, referencing class. Okay. Up to this weekly, we here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is the use of this keyword? Referencing class variable data. Brian P. Jones, fine. That's fine. Great. Okay, this dot data represents reference to the variable. So that is referencing. So we'll check next. Okay. So after that, what I need to do? Anyone?
Main method.
Yeah. So no, I need to create two methods. Then only at last will be the main methods. Almost I told you now. So I need to initialize the head and tail. So that is equal to null. I need to represent this nodes are null nodes. Then only I can add the elements into my list. So I'm just representing this nodes or null node. That is node tail and head is to be null. And that is what I am going to create a method void. So that is void. And I'm going to create another method. So that is simply I can insert in the sense you guys just pick up those things. So that's why I just changed my thing to add node of creating object here. So that is what's my class name? That is node. So this static class name. So that is to be node. Node. I'm creating the object that is new node is equal to of node. I need to represent this data here because I'm referenced to the variable, right? So I need to check before inserting the values what I need to check. So this is I'm going to this way. So don't confuse. I'm taking this method. So before I'm going to insert the values, what I need to check
Whether the head of the list is null or not.
yeah. That is need to check to be. That is if head so equal to null. So head of that is equal to this new node. Who is representing the new node? And tail I need to add. So that is equal to new node. Where it comes, I don't know. That is why I'm presenting like this. Okay. And what is the if condition I need to write here? What is the else condition I need to write?
Right.
So here I need to write the else condition. You will rectify the mistake at last because I'm writing the
Ma'am,
program.
object has to be created in the main method itself.
So that is class node.
Because main method only has access to create the method.
I will check it at last. So I have created two classes there. So what is the else condition I need to write? So I'm checking if the head node is equal to null or not. What is the else condition I need to write here? So that is if it is equal to null, so I'm going to add a new node into the head or to the node. So else tail dot next. Is equal to I'm representing this node. So that is what I'm mentioning this node. So that is storing the new node into the tail. So that is tail is equal to new node. So up to this, the insert condition done. So you just clear it, cut off this. So this is the simple thing where I have where you have seen in the PPT. So apart from this, it's the simple thing where I have written. So that's why I taken this Eclipse IDE to write a program. So this is the simple thing where compared to you have seen in PPT. So just an initialized node head and tail is equal to null. So I'm going to insert a node. So for inserting the node, I'm just creating an object there. So that is what object to be created. Wait a minute, I'll check where I need to create the object. Yeah, so checks this created class. This is my class name. Okay, we'll run once again. So I'm checking this condition. If head is equal to null, then we can add. So it checks the condition if the list is empty. So both head and tail will point to the new node. So that is what the if head is equal to null, and if it is null, empty in the sense it will be head and tail. So both node will take the new node, and if it is not empty, so it takes the else condition, and it represents the tail node as new node. So that is what the if condition. So comparing to this slide, so you can take this easy. This is the easiest one, most easiest one where I have written here. According to your point. Clear with this. So this is the thing where to insert a data, that is adding the node. Clear with this with insert method. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 lines will be there. Clear, guys? Where?
Yes.
Yeah, whether this PPT is easy or else where this code is easy. This code is easy or else whether the PPT is easy. So here the list dot hit, list dot next, there is much confusing. So that's why I wrote on a program in Eclipse. Whereas this one is easy, I think so. Am I right?
The code is a little easier than the PPT.
Yeah. Because I have taken, so what we are pronouncing in our point of view, so that is what we have written here. So and I'm going to write another method, so that is display. So that is what void display notes. That is what display notes. I'm creating the another method. So for display, I need to check node current is equal to null or not. So node current equal to null, and if head is equal to null, I need to check this condition. So whether node current is equal to head. So I need to check the head is equal to null, then system dot out dot println it is said to be empty. So what it represents, that is if the head node is equal to null, if head is equal to null, so starting node itself null, it prints it is empty and returns the statement, so where it is to be. So and if it is not to be null, so else. And before else it checks with the while condition. So I have printed this return the statement, so that is why I am checking while current not equal to null, that is current. So I'm representing the current node here. So that is current is equal to head we have taken. So you can take head itself here. So here when current node is equal to null, so then system.out.println it is not empty.
Ma'am, spelling is wrong in the while. The spelling of current.
Yeah, thank you. So system.println, so that is current data, current. It displays the current data, so where it is to be taken from the main function. So that is I can display that current data, it is to be taken from the main function. Current is called current dot next. So I display over here and it prints the list. So that is why I'm just simply emptying this. So this is what I have created. So to insert a data and display the node. So in this program, so what is in that slide, I need to count number of elements in a node. So that is in the list. So for that I'm writing another function. So that is int count nodes. So that is what I'm writing the another function, that is count nodes, so where I need to represent this method. So I need to initialize this method is to be 0. So initialized time where I am counting anything, so it is to be initialized as 0. So that is I'm initialized that value as int count. So that is int count of 0. And again node current node is equal to head. So I'm starting count from head. So that is why the current node starts from head. And where I need to present the while condition, why I'm checking the while condition here. So up to I need to count up to the null node. So that is while current, that is current node not is equal to null. So I need to check this condition until the current condition arises. So count, so in that condition I'm going to increment. So that is the count to be incremented. So that is count plus plus up to when. So the current node is equal to, so likewise while displaying this same thing, right? So this thing, so while displaying same as like we need to write. So that is current node dot next. That is what it returns, whereas it returns after this while condition arises, it returns count value, that is return of count. So after that only I'm going to write the main function, that is public static void main string arguments. So inside main function I'm going to create a class. So here only I'm going to create an object for the class, guys. So someone said the for gfg is my object, right? So gfg l is my object. So here I'm just created, so this is correct actually. So where I have created this is for the object for this subclass, so static class node. Someone asked me, so that is, this is not a main function. So inside main function I'm going to create a class. So create a memory allocation for the main class, that is gfg l is equal to new of gfg. So that is set to be empty. And I'm going to add l dot insert of, that is add node. So where I am representing the add node. So while my method is add node here. So while I presented the add node, and you can take it as display or insert anything. Add node. So that is add node of, I'm adding first element as 1. So that is similarly like I'm adding 4 elements. 2, 3, and again 1 I can take it. Okay, that is, and again I'm calling L dot display nodes. Yeah. So after that I'm just displaying, so say that system dot out dot println. So total loads is there. So that is to be counted, taking the method that is increment of where I have taken, that is count nodes. So that is to be taken L1 dot count nodes. Sorry, L dot count nodes. Control Shift O. So void I need to, it's my package class node, change to constructor. So this is my constructor. To be taken is this class node, right? Int data node next. So constructor to be defined within this class. So that's the error. Yeah. Okay. I'll close to this.
Ma'am, we can't use this dot data.
This dot where we have taken correctly. So it is, that is integer. So this dot data only, the constructor need to create it for this data, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I was about to saying that.
Yeah. Okay, what is the error here then? So that is this dot data. So node header tile, and inside void I have initialized created object for the class, that is new node. Okay. Node of data, I'm checking the list is empty. So that is what's it to be new node. Yeah. Simple single error. Okay, then here what is the error? So where is the display? Current nodes equal to head, and head is equal to null. So the single mistake in a program that will definitely false you. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to run this. So where I'm running this program, so run as Java application. Wait a minute. So it will be loaded here. So clear, I will explain it. Okay, so this is up to this structure of the data. So up to this. So this is what structure node. So node or data. So up to this. So this is what. So here up to this. That is what I have used the single terms. Why we have need to understand. So that is what created the class node. So this is a static class. So this is the main class. GFZ is the main class. This is a static class. So where I have declared data And the next, so I just initialize this to the reference variable data. Next, that is equal to null and data. I am also initialized that is node and head and tail will be null. And after that, I have initialize. I'm just inserting the data. This is for inserting the element. So the method for inserting an element or data. And so that is what I have taken add node. So inside that I am creating the object for the static element. So inside I'm checking the condition. If head is equal to null, then add the new node. So if it is not null, then add the node into the tail. Okay, so that is what the condition I have written here. So this is only 6 lines. So this is a simple thing where compared to this PPT. Okay, so this is what displaying the data. Display the node. So this is what it checks the current value. It is not equal to null until the condition arises. It checks. So this is for counting the number of elements. So where I just wrote in some other extra program that is for count the element. So that is count nodes. That is count increment. So while it checks the current node is not is equal to null, it increments the current node unto the next node and returns the value. Okay. So I'm going to run this. Error. Okay, fine. Yeah. So my element is the output is there in the right side. So 1, 2, 3. 1 is my element. So that is 1, 2, 3. That is what I have added. And total nodes is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the program for counting the elements in a single linked list. So this is what the single linked list implementation. So where we have defined a single linked list and displayed single linked list and also counted the linked list elements there in a table. So any doubts regarding this program? So if you know how to implement and add the element into the into the list, you can definitely do that other program. So that same condition you need to check. So with this while condition, no, that is not equal to null. So you can simply check this. And same as like I need to found what is the minimum element and what is the maximum element where they're in a list. Anyone help me? So this is what the another program need to check. So up to this clear. First check. Tell me this is clear or not. Any doubts?
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah. Other guys, apart from Harshit Sharma, others. What about others? It's too bored because it's the duration is too long. So it's too bored. I think so. Okay, starts with quiz. Okay, we'll take a 5 minutes of break. Then move on to the next programmatic session. Okay. So I will ask you. So just relax, and I will ask you the basic things. Starts from data structure, and what is the types of linear data structure? What is it to be the linear data structure? Anyone?
Data is arranged in order. Linear data. After the types. List,
Yeah, types. Yeah, I asked types.
queue.
Okay, then what is non-linear? Anyone tell me? So I didn't.
Unordered, ma'am. Does not
Unordered.
follow any order.
For any examples?
Tree, graph, and tool.
Tell me any real-time examples for non-linear data structure. So for linear, I have told many examples as a real-time. Any real-time examples for non-linear data structure? Anyone? So many EC students is there. You definitely know that.
Social networking websites.
How it is? How it is to be the non-linear? How we can set to be the non-linear?
Like I'll have a friend and they'll have another friend. Then I'll have not one friend. I'll have multiple
Okay,
friends.
so you are telling networking that if be like Facebook, you are telling, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine, then fine.
Maybe neural network algorithms are coming under hierarchical.
Yeah. Okay. That's also fine. Any others? So if you're creating some applications now, you can use this. So if you're creating the real world applications, so for a mobile app applications, or likewise, you can see the many non-linear data structures in that. So you can add and remove the elements, the data. And whereas data structure is one of the linear data. Database is one of the linear data structure format. So that is also the main thing we need to say here. That follows that adds the element in a list by list. So when we are adding one person data into that list, that is one student data or an employee data into the database, and the next element to be added to next way only. So it follows mostly singly linked list. Maybe we can order the element using the roll number or employee. So it maybe follows that circular linked list when we are invoking same functions over there. And so chess games, so this is one of the main example we can see non-linear data structure, chess. So this is one of the main example. So here the non-linear is said to be the graph, list, cycle, trees. So these are all non-linear data structure. And can you tell me types of stacks is there? So the stack and queue we didn't see in today. So like just I'm asking because you need to be relaxed. So that's why I'm asking you. Anything?
Types of stack in
No, where it is to be used. Where we are using stack and queue.
like my real example, like stack is like you're making a stack of books.
Stack. You
Queue,
can tell me the real time example.
stack is like you're carrying a bunch of books that'll be in one big stack. Yeah.
Ha, correct, exactly.
Then apart from that, queuing, if you're queuing at a bank or something.
Bank queue, like the standing in a queue, like what you were telling. So anyone tell me stack and queue real life examples?
Recursive functions in programming, they use stacks.
Yeah.
And
so like real time.
And for scheduling of programs in computers, they use queues.
Absolutely. So like we can, so as a girls, we can tell the wearing and removing of bangles also will be the real time example for stack. So one of the main real time example for stack. So that bangle, so when we are inserting in that that follows FIFO, so first in and first out. So it follows FIFO. So when we are wearing a bangle, so where to be, we can't take it from the other side. So it follows when the last element to be added, so that is to be taken first. So that is first in, first out. Whereas queue.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Actually, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Ma'am, in Java, we have predefined collections of predefined packages, ma'am.
Yes, there.
Then why to write the code of 40 lines, ma'am? If we have just, we can write it as in 4-5 lines to add or to get the value, to get the size.
Packages in the sense, likewise, if you know the Python, so Python, if you are telling the Python, because Python is the most advanced thing we are using nowadays. So likewise, from your point of view, Python is taking this one. So it is to be the returning the lines of code is to be much lesser than Java. So likewise, we can take what we need to add. So these are the things needed to be written in Python. But whereas involvement of Java, it takes need to be in a syntax, that is an algorithmic format. So there is a format for writing the Java code. So it is to be built-in function.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. We have a code like suppose list. If you have a linked list with object name as L, So if you wanted to add like 10 numbers, L dot add 1, L dot add 2. So up till 10 we can add
Yeah.
this, and
So
if you wanted to get at a
yeah,
particular if
yeah.
you
Coming
wanted to get a particular size, then we can directly retrieve now, ma'am. If you wanted
yeah.
to clear all the elements, we can. Then why we need to write 40 lines code instead of 4 lines code, ma'am?
That is the predefined packages is there, Sai Pranit. The predefined packages is there, but the predefined packages they found it for some basis class only. That is for classes, math functions. Likewise, if you're mentioning this add, some predefined packages is for that SQL package. Likewise, if I'm mentioning the list, so the order where only they have created. So likewise, I'm just imported. So here I just you can see my program. I didn't imported any packages here.
Ma'am, you have imported the. Oh, okay, ma'am.
Yeah, so I didn't import in any packages, so that is why it's said to be predefined. So most of the simple thing only have created in Java. So that is why Java is the most difficult language compared to the Python. So like if you need a single like easiest Java language, easiest need of language in the sense you can take the Python alone. So likewise the Python is said to be more built-in packages is there. So that's what we can directly add. So the LDAT add. So likewise you can directly take over the element in Python. So, but definitely Java is the most difficult language to learn. So that be rules and algorithms to be followed while comparing to other programs. What we do, so who find the Java then only know, right? And you guys know Python.
Yes, ma'am.
Basic.
Yeah, so you no means you can directly go with the Python, but the syntax, what we are the declaration part, and what is the main difference between Java and Python in the sense? So where we have said Cypern, it said the built-in functions to be declared in Python. So no need to create this class, no need to create this methods, no need to create this semicolons. I have mentioned some braces, so no need to create cut out of this in Python. So just you can simply take that functionalities and you can put there. So that is the difference between Java and Python. But Java, the functionality is also like we need to create a method, we need to call the method, we need to create a object, and we need to create a functionalities over there. So that is a built-in functionality for Java itself. We can't change over there. But as you like a Python, so you know the concept. So if you know the concept where we need to add, where we need to check the condition, you know the concept in the sense you can directly write the code on your own way. So likewise, I need to add data of, that is add display of. So likewise, you need to memorize this specific keyword to display the elements. So that is the main use of difference between Java and Python. But if you understand Java, how it is to be used, and you may be the good programmer and good coder, we may develop any programs as well as. So that is why the Java is to be taken by most of the developers, because you need to know the logic. So where we have using this and why we are using this. So the logic and all, if you know means you can directly put up into you will be the definite good programmer then. Not a programmer, you will be definitely, you will be the part of any other coding language. You will be the good coder.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
In Java as well, if we use the java.util package,
Yes.
in that we can just directly declare a single linked list, right, ma'am? Is that beneficial over defining it on your own, or is it better to
No.
use?
Like in this Eclipse and all, so util package, and it almost takes that all the library functions, that is the frameworks and the collection classes, that is list. So util package, all this frameworks to be included in the util package itself. So where here I didn't imported my util package. So whereas I have created under my dynamic. So here itself the packages to be imported. So within this class. So this is my Eclipse IDE for creating the application. So inside this, I have imported some Java packages itself. So JRE system library, the web app libraries is there. So that's what it easily occurs my util package. So likewise, all the packages to be utilized. So if you're simply putting util as a package, it takes the all collection frameworks also. That is from the map, set, queue, everything to be taken by the util package.
No,
And
ma'am. I meant that suppose we include only single linked list from util package. Wouldn't that be beneficial more than writing it on our own? Because it's already predefined in the util package.
No. So why we are using the package is just clear. What is the why we are creating the package? You know.
Ma'am, packages for predefined code, right, ma'am? So that we don't have to
Not as a
rewrite it.
predefined code. It is not a code. So that is the package that contains the collection framework. So that is the framework. So the library functionalities that needed to be supported, right? So inside I have created this node. I have created the tail and I have created the null functionality. I just added some if else condition, if else and all. It is not predefined. So this functional to be taken out by the framework. So this is not a code actually. So this is the framework. So that is contains util package contains the collection framework. So that contains the framework for defining the elements, the collection elements, that is tag, queue and all. So there is not a code actually. So that contains the classes, utility classes. That is what the util. Clear? Any other thing you need to find? So you need to find that is not a code. So the import package, that is the package. So that is not a code actually. So that is the collection that contains all collection frameworks and classes, event models and dates and facilities to represent where we are representing in the code. So if it is a code now, we no need to write a code then. So actually we write a single package and we can directly implement it. So that is the framework. Clear? And say similarly like java.io, so that is input output, and java.sql in the sense, so that is import.java.sql in the sense it accuse that SQL functionalities, that is DBMS database management packages. So it supports Java supports that DBMS queries and all. So that is the use of that. That is the collection of frameworks. So it supports the thing. So how this IDE supports Java language. So same as like the packages need to be imported here somewhere. How this IDE supports Java, and same as like this IDE supports C++, same this IDE supports Python. So the package, the frameworks needed to be imported. So that is not a code. So if I'm simply taking this IDE, I'm simply need to run a program in addition of two numbers using Java. So that is not actually a code. I'm just installing. If you need to open a Word in the sense, you just need to install a Microsoft Office. Then only you can open the Word. Similarly, like I need to open something, open or invoke something, I need to create a package that is a predefined inbuilt function. Same as like to run a to run a several program, so you need inbuilt functions over there. Okay, any doubts? Any other doubts apart from this? Any other doubts? And if you guys any CSE students is there? Any CS students is there?
I guess all the attendees in this particular teams are from EC.
EC, fine, that's fine. Okay, fine. Okay, then fine. So any other doubts? Because you're from EC, then no problem. You can ask me any other doubts if you are having. Any doubts, guys? So it's much difficult only. So comparing, you guys know C++ programming and all. I hope you all know C++ programs. So like we are move on to the next session. I think so only 1 hour more. So move on to the next program. So like I will explain this also. So we have created a single linked list with the use of single quotes, and where we need to create a double linked list, we will see in the program here. Okay, so this is what the implementation of double linked list. So whereas we need to create same as like we need to structure the node, and I just invoked a main function here. Before main function, I need to insert the data and display the data. That is insert method and display method over here. So that is to be insert method. So double linked list insert method. So where we need to insert in a double side, that is next and previous. I'm taking as not a head and type, so I'm creating next and previous. So this is the main thing I need to add here. This is the one of the thing I need to add change here. So I'm creating the object for the class, that is static class. After creating the static class object, I just created node dot next and node dot previous. So why I'm declaring this, I can insert the data from the both side, that is from the front end also, that is from the other end also, that is from back and front. So that is why next and previous here. So that is list. I need to check the condition for next as well as previous also. That is what I'm checking the condition. So that is node dot temporary. Temp is nothing but temporary. temp temp. I'm taking as temporary. So this temp dot next not equal to null. So that is temporary data is not equal to null, and it asks the next element. And if it is the next element, so likewise we can check here. So I need to create that head and node, and the head is equal to new node and tail is equal to new node. So here I need to check also the head, and that is the previous node and the next node. Whereas we need to check the else condition, that is tail dot next is equal to new node, and we can add the new node element here. So this is what the new thing I need to create for double linked list. So where we are displaying this thing, we are displaying also is much something to be differ. So that is while checking this condition. So temporary is equal to current node. So this current node to be represented in a forward direction, that is the forward direction elements, and will be in a backward direction elements. So that I need to represent in a two way. So that is node current node is equal list dot head. So that it starts from the head node. So that is from the forward direction, and the current node data, and if the current node is not equal to null, so until the condition arises, and it checks, it prints that data from the backward direction. How the output will be looks like, so that is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 is there, and the pointer to be looked at from 0, 1, 2 and 1, 2, 3 and null. So this is what the pointer value is differentiated. So where I can add the elements from the 0, 1, 2, 3 also, and 1, 2, 3 null also. I can add the elements from the both the directions. If you are guys from ECE, you can definitely, it's hard to understand the program. So you just take my own program here. It's much easier than PPT. And also, if you need this PPT and all, I can attach you in the chat box if you need it.
Maybe at the end of the session you can share it in the chat box.
Yeah, sure, I will. And I will wrote another program that is to be differentiated. So count the number of nodes I have done, count the number of nodes. And so given the pointer that is to be in a linked list, I know to reverse the linked list. So if it is my linked list 1, 2, 3, 4 is there, I need to reverse there. So that is what I need to write a program. So whereas why I'm writing the program in this Eclipse IDE in the sense, so you guys while writing the program, so you need to understand so what I'm writing there. So for that also I'm creating the another class, that is new class. I'm taking GFG of 1. GFG is nothing but my name. Okay, GFG of 1. So this is my class name. So inside I have created same class, that is class node. I'm created the class node as like mentioned in a before program. So this is one of the static class. Here you can mention static. and int, okay, sorry, int data and node next, and I need to create a constructor there, so that is node of d. This is what the constructor, so data is equal to d, so I can referentially take it as d, and next is equal to null. So after this I end up this condition, that is okay. So I'm going to write a function first, that is for reverse function. So that is I need to find the reverse function for the linker list. So that's why I'm going to write a method node reverse of what is the my class name, node of node. That is node. For reversing node I need to find the previous and that is first, beginning, at the head and the last. So that is what I'm considering previous node, that is previous pre is equal to null, and current node current is equal to null, current is equal to, I'm representing null, no, current node is node because it is not to be null, and node, so that is previous in the sense first and certain element and the next element. So node next is equal to node. And while I'm checking the condition, so while checking current node is not equal to null, in the sense I need to check the condition, that is while current node is not equal to null, it checks the condition where next is equal to current of next. So it checks the condition, that is current. So you know the reverse of the string, that is temp equal to a is equal to b, and b is equal to temp. Same as like next equal to current next, that is current next equal to previous, and previous equal to current. Same as like I'm writing the condition. So same the condition only. So that is you're swapping the elements, right? So you find a program for swapping the elements a and b. So same as like I'm writing. So that is next equal to current next, and the current dot next is nothing but the static program, so to reverse the function, and the previous equal to current, so current is equal to next. So where I have initialized head, so I initialize node, head, suppose this is current not next, okay, previous current next. So I'm just reverse the condition, the condition is fine, okay. How it is to be reversed, that is previous and next, and return the node, and returns the node. This one removes this one, at last I will add it, and I'm going to print the double linked list. While you need to find the reverse of the node, so you need to find the double linked list where whereas I have created, so here the program is find the normal linked list. Here I will write a program for double linked list. So because this is the one we need to see, right? So that is void print list, that is my condition, node. So for printing, that is for displaying, so it is nothing but displaying the data. So while you need to check while node not equal to null. That is system dot out dot println I need to represent that is node dot data. So where is the data? Concludes homework. This is opening. To node dot next. So I'm displaying the data. So where I need to inside the main function, I'm directly going to. So without writing the method. So without writing, another way is like without writing the main method. So I'm going to directly add the data inside the main function. It like this. That is the driver code. We can say it as. So inside main function itself, I'm going to directly add the data into the list. So without adding the static data. So here we have created the method, right? So for adding the data, so that is what public static void add nodes. So without creating this one, I'm going to directly add the data in that main function. So that is why I have created the print list for displaying the data here. So after that, I'm creating the public static void main public static void main string x. So definitely you need to know what are the ways of adding the elements into the list. So that is what I'm taking another method to add the data. That is what I am creating gfg1 is equal to, sorry, list of L, we can take it as L is equal to new gfg1. So that is L dot node. I am adding head node, that is L dot head is equal to new node of something 23. So same as like I can add the elements here. So this is also on my own representation for adding the elements. I'm adding 5 elements, that is head dot next. So this next takes the next element, that is pointed to the next element, and head dot next of next. So also this points to the next element, next of next. So you guys understand this, why I am representing this next of. So this is also the another way to sorry,
like why are you using next dot next dot next?
I'm not creating the another method. So here in before program I just created the method. So this is one way. So this is also the one way while adding the element. So it checks the condition using if element and adds the data. And this is also the one way to add the element. So that is head dot next. Directly add the element 23, 43, 53 and 60, whereas 83 or something. It directly add the element list. So into the next. So 23, 43, 53, 60, 83. It takes the element to the next of that element. So that is, it is also another representation, just I'm informing you. So I need to teach everything, right? So that's why I'm just using one concept in one program and another concept in another program. Here why am I using this? So just another method. It's not a new one, so it's just another method. That is head is, I'm representing head is 23, and this is much simpler than this. So no need to create another this function. So it's simpler than this. So that is why I'm creating. So I told, so the difficult one I told first, and this is the simplest one I'm telling you last. So this is for the simplest one. We just add the elements next. I'm printing.
So there's no need to create
Create a
the add
separate
node.
main method. Yes, definitely. Simply. So you no need to create a separate add node. So that is inserting an element. So you no need to separately create a main method here. So this is said to be method. So add node is one of the methods. So no need to create this method. We can simply add this data inside main functions. So this is another type. Like the linked list. So what I have created, the linked list should be shown here. So that is L dot print list. So I'm going to display that is L dot print list. So what is that print list takes? That is to be head. So because I have taken, I'm going to display that is not an insert method. So that is what head. So I'm going to reverse this value. That is head dot. Sorry, head is equal to L dot reverse of. So reverse condition where I have written here. So that is reverse of I need to call here. So that is reverse of no. So starts from head only. Again I'm printing this. Okay. Head to static. Okay. Okay, so you understand, I think so, because this is what I'm just created the list without the use of adding methods. So where I have created the static node head, so this is what it's said to be static node. Static in the sense I have created one head node. So with the use of head node, I'm directly adding this elements into the main function. So without creating a separate method. So this is one another way. I need to teach there now. So this is the one another way while we are creating the static node head. So with the use of head itself, I can directly add the element into the main method, and I can display over there. So if you want to display, so you can add a display method. So that is the main thing, display method here, and this functionality is for reversing the string. Sorry, reversing the list. Clear? So I'm going to run this program. I will run this. So this is my linked list. So my linked list elements that starts from 23, head is 23, 23, 43, 53, 60 and 83, where I have added the elements into the program. And reverse list, so it starts from this way, so 83, 60, 53, 43 and 23, yeah, it is correct. So this is what the reverse list, so where we have taken from the head. So that is, it is that functionality to reverse that string, that is next equal current next and current next to previous and previous to current, that is temp is equal to A is equal to B and B is equal to temp. So same as like the function to be needed to be right here the inside the reverse function. And this is so simple according to this, because no need to create another method, right? So this is so simple. If you want this programs, I will copy down in some notepad and I will attach you if you want this. Anyone want this?
Yes.
Wait, someone chatted. Ma'am, I got disconnected twice. I joined both times. Immediately, please consider this well. Abhinav, are you there? Abhinav Raman is there. He's just chattered. Okay. Think, and if your friends, he is your friend means you need to tell via chat or something. He will be here to represent, send the attendance. I think so. The attendance link is to be sent by me. It's to be needed. So if Abhinav Raman is any one of your friends, just inform him. And he is not in the group. We just chatted. Okay, so this is one of the programs. So understand these two programs. So this two is the most simplest one where we have written. So I will copy down in a chat box some other thing.
Please.
Dot. And you guys having any doubts according apart up to this? To this any program? Sorry, any doubts? Just inform anything, because if you need time to learn, you just tell me I need time to learn. We will ask in any time, or likewise you can tell me.
No, ma'am,
Any
it's
doubts?
fine. Can you just give us the program at the end of the class?
Sure, we'll give you.
Okay.
So likewise, you need to present here. You can present because so many students is there. So like I will ask you the questions from there. I will ask you the syntax. You can put it. Likewise, you need, or else you need assignment. Assignment like you need it. Or else program to done here. Ask me the program. Just tell me you need a program to done here, or else assignment to done it in your home.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean, ma'am.
Maybe you can just assign a question, and we can by tomorrow we can come up with a program.
Sure. Surely, I will give you definitely. And I will attach you this simple programs what I have written in this code. So that is reverse. So we just go through because based comparing to the slide, so it's much easier to understand. So what I have attached in a document. So I think you can go through this one also. So I will attach you this also. Number of list. I have attached two programs there. Yeah. So I will give you the program. Okay, so I will give you two programs for each of the batches. So one more is there. I will show you in the session itself. And total 60 members is there now. I will give you two programs. Okay, so if you're, because you're from ECE, so I need to consider this. So like you can take any one of the program to take as your assignment. If you can do this two programs itself, you can do this two programs also. Okay, so I need so I will chat you in a chat box. I will give you the two programs as an assignment. So you can do it two, or else you can finish it any one of the program from here. Okay, I will chat it in a chat box. You just note it down. Almost I have done reverse string and count the elements. So I will write another program, write a program to write the program to, and you can use any list, like you can use any single list or double linked list or any list you can use. So whether you can find, so anyone know to find the complexity, time complexity? Anyone know how to find the time complexity? Okay, so leave it testing. Program to implement double linked list. So I have taught you two ways, that is using a static method, so that is by creating static method, and without creating static method you can add the element into the main function itself. So likewise you can use any one of the method to write a program to implement. So implement spelling is wrong, so implement a double linked list, any one of the method. So this is the one assignment. So another one is write a program to implement circular linked list. I can give you, but it from implement. Okay, so here I have written two programs. So that is program to implement double linked list, and you can write a program to implement circular linked list also, and you can also count, if you have time you can also count them. So that is how many elements is there. So likewise, and I have taught you two methods. What, Mohammed?
Programs in Java itself.
Yeah, Java, absolutely. So like, what's your sufficient language? What is your familiar language?
Yes,
Python. Like, but I have taught under, if you are comfortable with know the Python, surely. Can you do it? Can you do it?
Yes.
Okay, I will give you the chance. Just implement in Java as well as in a Python also. Just try it. So it's one of the try only. So not an exam, not an interview, anything. So just a try. So you can implement in Java as well as in Python. So it must be easier for you alone. Okay. So if you guys any comfortable with any language, you can try, and Java is most comfortably, because this SDOT training is for Java alone, right? So that's why. Maybe I'm having the doubt also. You can try it with some other programming language or not. I'm having the doubt also. I will ask my management according to this. And you need to write Java along with some other programs. You just try it. So 1 day is more. So tomorrow 6 o'clock is that another class, right? So 1 day is more, so you can try this. So you're from third year or final year?
Third year.
Third year.
Yeah, then great. So you can try. It's much easier for your interviews also. Maybe you're going to face within 6 months more, right? So you're going to face campus interviews. It might be useful for you. So they will ask you the question from Java itself, maybe. So especially they can't ask you the question from Python alone. So maybe they might ask from Java basis also. So needed to be tried. So it will be helpful for you alone. And so the last program is there. We'll see the last program. What's that? So I have found 3 programs. Okay. So maximum element. So that is what I have written a program for reverse facing count the number of elements. Okay. What is the maximum element to find the element? Can you take it this also assignment? Okay, we will take this here as an assignment. So I need to find the maximum element over there. So what is the first element? I have created static. This is what the first program I have written here. So I need to find the maximum element over there, which I have added. I will add some more larger 3, 4, 8, and 7. This is what the element. So here I need to add some more method to find the largest element. You guys know the basic syntax to find the largest element, right? So in the 4 numbers, you need to find the largest element. How would you find out using Java, normal program, without the use of linked list? How would you find out?
We can use like the if-else statements or the ternary operator.
Yeah, operators you can use, but here it may be in a list. How will you find out?
Assume the first value to be the largest value and then compare that with the rest
Yeah,
of the values.
comparing. So that is you can use that maximum and that is greater than or equal to symbol. So likewise you can use. So where you can add some more method here. So that is I can add here or else add as the top of the element after declaring this. So after a structure of the node, after creating the structure of the node, I'm just going to find the largest element. So that is how I can declare. Anyone, you need to write a program here, so then only you can done the assignment. What I need to create, how I need to create a method. That is I need to find the maximum element from the list. Anyone?
Basically, when you look at the add node program, okay.
Okay, so I will create a static method. Okay, so that is static method, static int. So why I'm taking this int? So I'm going to find the largest element. That's why I'm creating taking this node. So that is for node head only. So node I'm taking as head. Okay, so this is my main method. So inside main method I'm going to declare the maximum variable and I need to check the maximum variable with comparing with the nodes in list values. So that is int max is equal to integer. So that is what I'm comparing this dot, that is max value or min value. So you are going to find the max value, then what you need to declare here, max or min. So automatically comes here. What?
Max underscore value.
No.
Min value, man.
Min value. That is you need to find the, so for max value, so int min is the integer type, so its value is how many bytes, you know that value. What is the value of min value here? That is -32767. It's less than, so there will be default range is there for min value. It is not mentioned, so it is mentioned in it's something. So but as minus 32767. So that is the value for minimum value, and we need to check a loop accordingly. So like while loop I'm checking. So while I'm checking the while loop, so that is current node not equal, that is head is not equal to null. While head, so I'm initializing head, so head not equal to null, then if maximum is less than the head node, then assign the value of head to the max. So that is what I'm mentioning. If else here, if maximum is lesser than the data, so that is head dot data, then assign maximum is equal to head dot data. And head is equal to head dot. So I need to return the maximum value. So here return maximum. Okay, that is what, this is the small method to define the largest element. So where I need to call, so inside main function I need to call over there. So inside main function I need to call. So for that what I need to call there, what I need to call, define here inside main function, that is display nodes, that is display, and what I need to call here,
Largest element.
yes, so that is largest element, that is largest element of head. Simply, okay, I'll write, okay, change head to static, okay. So I'm running this program again. Yeah, so 3, 4, 7 and 5 is my element here. The total nodes is 4 and the largest element is 7. Okay, so for certain functionality you need to write a method. So this is the concept of Java. So inside main function you need to call the method where you have written a program. So only 4 lines of code is there. And with that assignment you need to find the minimum elements. So tomorrow I have sent you some assignment, right? So with that you need to find the minimum element there for any one of the linked list. Any assignment you can do. So you can find the maximum element or minimum element. So with the implementation of double linked list or circular linked list, just try it in your own. Okay, and so are you clear how to so with that program, so with that simple program itself, you need to find the structure of the node and need to create a method to insert element and need to create a method for displaying the element. And we have seen how find the largest element, and we have seen how to reverse the string, and we have seen how total number of nodes, find the total number of nodes in element. So you clear the simple method you need to add in every program and need to call in a main function. So any doubts over here? Any doubts, and tell me the feedbacks how it is, or else what I need to change. Any doubts, or else give me the feedback what I need to change over there by tomorrow or else upcoming classes. Then only, because this is my first stock training, not a first. So I have taken 1 hours of class because it's a 3 hours of class. What I need to change over there? Any feedbacks?
I'm going to provide the program at the end of the class.
Yeah, sure, I will provide you program along with the document you needed.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And any other feedbacks, like any negative feedbacks also, you can proceed, because I need to change over there. How the class would be, it's fine, use understandable, or else you must need some explanations.
Understandable.
It's
Okay,
fine,
yeah.
ma'am.
Thank you so much. And any others? What about others? And
Time
so
is a bit too long, man.
timing is too long. What I can do is from the management.
Actually, in other slots, it was from 6 to 8, ma'am. 2
Oh,
hours per day.
so other slot in the sense, same from
Face.
like tomorrow you would be having 6 to 9.
Yeah, that's what 3 hours, ma'am. Actually, in face, it's from 6 to 8. Like 2 hours, like 2 hours per day.
Okay, you just tell to that who assigned the, because this is not according to me, because I'm not the coordinator for assigning the classes also. So I will inform them. So I will also send you the feedback. Then you can assign. You can tell them to change, because it's too vague only. So you guys may be sleepy.
Yes, ma'am. Like
I know that.
continuous concentration for
Yeah.
3 hours makes us really hectic.
Yeah. Okay, you can. I will send you the feedback form also. So in that, if you're having the options over there, you can inform like how it is. And any other doubt according to the class, any other issues? The comments is there, and you can, in that comments you can shout out the timing. So in the feedback form you can shout out the timing, and give me the feedback for me alone. How it's good, or else in which way I need to improve.
Fine, man.
Sorry.
It's fine, ma'am.
Fine. And by comparing to your college staffs, how it is?
They are
Because
not good, man. No point compared.
oh, I think I didn't know whether it is good or not. So I'm telling that it may be truth or not. I didn't know. Whereas if you're giving, so maybe it's too sleepy. So this is night time. So that's why I'm taking some time to fresh up of you guys. And if you not understandable and it is too sleepy in the sense, you can stop me there, because I can take my time. I can give you the time to refresh it. Okay, so because it's a 3 hours of session, it's too long also, and only 10 of them are speaking frequently. What about the 53 students? Others 63 is there. What about others? And I will share you the document in a chat box. Well, you can receive it or not. Maybe the uploading will be takes time.
And ma'am, what about the attendance? Like, do we have to fill any form, or you will give
Yeah,
based
I
on
will share you the I will share you the attendance link before
Okay.
the end of 5 minutes, and I will share you the feedback form also. You need to fill this too.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. 13. Okay. Any other doubts in this class, or else from my any feedbacks from your side to me? I need to change, because maybe someone will get right. Get much explanation from your side. Okay. Okay, it's good or it's too bored. Anything? Likewise, you can tell me yes. Yes, Viper. Feedback form. Feedback form is there. I will send you the form. Surely. How about the training? Give me the marks. I have
Training, what
attached.
do you mean, ma'am?
Sorry, Mohammed.
Yeah, yeah, man.
What happened? Tell me. What?
Nothing. It's fine.
Okay. Yes.
Will there be any assessment as such or only training?
Sorry, I can't gather your question.
There is any kind of assessment or it's only training?
So assessment, I didn't know about it actually. It's a training, so its name itself says short training, right? So it's training actually. So you guys attending this training first, first time.
Yes, ma'am.
In previous years you
Yes,
have
ma'am.
attended. I think it's basically for your campuses. Like you need to go accordingly for the final year. So that's why it may be. So just make it useful. I think it's a training only because I'm also the one I'm attending the session first time. That's why I didn't know about it. So what about the class? Everything clear? Because tomorrow we are going to, so today we have seen list and tomorrow the stack and queue is there, and what I need to change, so you can tell me here.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, are you going to come tomorrow? Like, are you only going to come for tomorrow's session as well?
Because I didn't know about it, but I'm taking, maybe I'm having the training, but same for you, or else maybe with the other batch I didn't know about the thing. But I'm just asking you why you are fearing of me to come into take into the class, Ishita Gupta.
No, ma'am. Actually, tomorrow we have another like a placement round one actually. So that is at 6 o'clock, and if it starts from 6, then if you are there, ma'am, then you'll know that if I don't like if some of us don't attend, then we'll join a little late.
Because I didn't know about that also, because tomorrow I'm having the session from 6 to 9, but you are the guys, so I didn't know, we didn't know about that slots, and we didn't know about the students who are joining. We didn't know where is the slot to be maintained, so everything the coordinator will knows that actually. But I'm having the slot from 6 to 9. Maybe you guys only will come, maybe other staffs will be come for you. Ishita, so you are having the mock interview or some other thing you are having tomorrow?
No, ma'am, it's an actual round one for a company. They have come for placements.
Oh, okay. So most of the students will not attend tomorrow. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Probably.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then how will they arrange? Maybe. So also you are having short training also by tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. The
Yes,
training is
ma'am.
also there, and
Then
the
how it
exam
is
is from
possible?
6.
Mhm. How it is possible? I didn't know.
And without like postponing it, like
But
attending
I'm
at the
not the
same time
coordinator. So
itself.
you will be, yeah. It's too awkward. So you will be receiving your mails. So in that itself you can mention it, right? Because if I'm not the coordinator actually, so you can ask them, right? I will inform to the management from my side also, but you only gathering this information from somewhere, right? So you can ask them or inform them, because we are having the sessions or we can't able to listen the class also. So how many hours of duration for this interview?
Don't know, ma'am. All the exam
We didn't
information
get
come
the
tomorrow.
link yet for the exam.
Okay, I will inform them actually. Okay, I will, because I didn't know about you guys having. Okay, I will inform them and I will ask them about this. Maybe if you they can reschedule it, it's fine. Maybe they can't reschedule now. So if I'm here with you, so I will. If you are coming after 8 means I can definitely teach you with the takeoff time of 30 hours. So sorry, 30 minutes and all. Apart from this, we can't do anything. And you can reschedule. Ask them to reschedule on this if it is possible means. Any doubts? And I asked to give me the feedback for me, because why I'm giving asking this feedback, I need to change over there where I need to lose something, where I need to change something. So that's why. That's not a negative thing because it's maybe positive for me. So anything, guys? What about it's too silent? The group is too silent. What happened?
It's fine, ma'am. So no feedback is mainly.
So definitely you're telling no need to tell. Okay, how about the training out of 5? You can rate. So you understand? So it is useful or not?
Yes, ma'am. Useful.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Very useful, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Then great. That's fine. Seems fine. I'm happy to hear this thing. So if you're having facing any issues with any other programs, you can ask me. So definitely you can ask me here so I can clarify you. It's like any codings or anything else. Okay, gather this, take this as you guys received the PPT and document, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, download it and go through the document and programming session once. If you have any doubts, tomorrow if you're having if you're coming to this session or else maybe the other staff will came, so you can ask definitely what is the use of and what we have backlogged and any cases. So you can ask them. They will rectify you. So we are here to solve your problems according to your technical knowledge only. So we will definitely do that. So this PPT mainly contains so much slides will be there in the PPT. So you can open it now. You can see so much slides. So the repetition of programs is there. So they explain line by line. So the repetition of slides is there. So don't confuse how long is the program. So don't confuse the repetition of slides. So that is what the arrow mark to be represented in every session to insert that notes into the list. So that is what the slide is too long. Okay, don't confuse over there. So you can see my program, so that my own program it is too easier according to that PPT. I've showed you the attendance link. You guys able to open that?
Can't see the link, ma'am.
Can't receive. What about others? Have you received the attendance link?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, ma'am, where have you sent it in the chat?
What?
The attendance link.
So what the attendance link you need it separately?
I'm asking that where have you sent it?
Wait, Kaushik, I can't gather your voice. Tell me.
Ma'am, where did you send the attendance link, ma'am?
In the chat box. In the chat box.
It's visible right now. Visible right now.
Yeah. Kaushik, it's in the chat box. Yeah.
ma'am. Once we fill the form, can we leave?
No, no, no. No, you can't leave. So feedback form is there.
Ma'am, can you send the link again? It's not visible for me.
That attendance link, it's not visible to you, Kaushik.
Yes, ma'am. I can only see the program file and the PPT, ma'am.
Behind that, check your net well, I will send you again, and before that, check your net connection also, because other guys received it, right? Wait, I will check it. Send it again.
Ma'am, can I just leave the meeting for once and join again?
Yeah, you can leave and join again.
Okay, ma'am.
And be careful while filling the attendance link, because if you have filled anything mistakenly, so it is not to be taken as attendance. So Kaushik joined. Kaushik, you got the link?
Yes, ma'am. Just a second, ma'am. I'm checking. Yes, ma'am. Got the link, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, Kaushik. So you filled your attendance link, just inform me. I will share you the feedback later before 5 minutes. You guys filled your attendance link?
Yes, ma'am.
We leave now.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll share you the feedback link here.
What did you say?
Feedback form. Just click that phone and give the feedbacks. And thank you for your cooperation, guys. Thank you. And all the best for your assignment and interviews.
Ma'am, can we leave?
Yes, sure. If you have submitted both the forms, you can leave.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Uh, Thank you, Ishita.